line number 2 on the day. Storm Collectibles, which is merging with Bandai. I don't know what the fuck's going on. My man Loco, chilling.
You know.
Making a quick pit stop before I go to Hasbro. Getting a juice. Just trying to stay healthy. Try not to do too much because I know we're gonna do some drinking this weekend, but still trying to do the right thing. Got up early, worked out. You know what I'm saying? All right. Comic-Con 2019 with the fellas, chilling with my man Ash. Met my man Ash for the first time in person.
Yep.
And we about to have a toast real quick. This is what it's about right here,
Hey,
man.
can you curse on your channel?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, you could?
Yeah, say whatever the fuck you want.
Fuck all you guys.
So I just left Hasbro. It's raining again. What a shitty day. But Hasbro was cool. Just, you know, real laid back, but some real nice things that they showed. Excited to show them to you. Talk about them on the podcast. But I'm gonna head back to my office and do a little editing so I could get out a couple videos today.
We're going to be part of a Deadpool / X-Men themed wave, completely separate from the AOA wave, which we announced and committed to. But this is actually going to be the wave where Strong Guy is a Build-A-Figure. So you have Strong Guy Build-A-Figure plus these 3 and several more in that wave. And then Stan Lee, we're happy to put him out just as a single figure, kind of along the lines of an ADM program, like in a single box just by himself. With these fun accessories. This is based off of his cameo in Avengers 1 from 2012.
So yeah, we got some fun stuff. We got some brand new characters in the line. Our first ever Sunspot figure. I guess it's technically our first full proper Stan Lee, because the other one was like that Peter Parker Legends, you know, swap out piece from Comic-Con many years ago. And then revisiting some great classics. Classic Warpath. And then all the brand new costumes for the Fantastic Four. All the Fantastic Four members, Sue, Reed, and Johnny, come with powered on and powered off effects. Sue's force bubble is removable from her hand. Johnny has normal hands as well as his flamed up hands in the forearm, so you can have him starting to flame up. And Reed, we forgot to bring them, I apologize. He has new hands with elongated fingers.
Nice. So these are costumes from Hickman's run, is it?
I believe so, yeah. The run of a year or so ago. And Thing has a new head sculpt.
So I hear Hickman is doing really good work on House of X right now.
Oh my god, so good. Have you read it yet?
Not yet. I keep getting recommendations, but you guys have been pretty in sync with the books over the past like 6-7 years. So you guys think you're going to do anything with that?
I would love. We have no plans to, but I would love to. There's a lot of. If you guys have read it, great. If you haven't, I recommend you guys going out and picking it up. Next week is the final issue of it, and it's a little confusing at the start, but after a few issues in, it starts to all tie together, and the designs of the costumes and the characters that they create are really cool. So they would make awesome toys.
Is it it's running through 2 books, right? Was it?
Yeah. Okay. House of X and Powers of X.
So it's 12 issues total.
Ryan and I read the second to last installment on the way down here on the train, so we're as caught up as you can be.
Yep.
All right, you said these X-Force guys are part of which wave again? I'm sorry.
Strong Guy wave.
Okay.
Yeah, Strong Guy, Warpath, Sunspot, and X-Men Blue and Yellow, or Blue and Gold Deadpool.
So far, right?
So far.
How many figures in total?
Is it 7 in that wave? Yeah.
Yep.
So we know 3 of the regular figures.
3 of the regular, yeah.
It's 7. I forgot one earlier.
Okay. I'm like, yep, and.
You guys had teased a Rogue some years back with the Legacy Rogue.
The green one?
Yes. Any plans to still do that one?
Not that one, but I would like to get that costume back out to you. And what I mean by that is that was on a lot of our older body types that we've tried to retire over the years. So I would like to do a version like that, but on the more updated modern bodies that we currently use.
Any plans to go deeper into the X-Force characters, like maybe a Kane or GW Bridge?
Kane would be cool. We actually have him sculpted already. One of our sculptors did it just because they wanted to, and they sent it to me. They're like, hey, if you want this, you can have it. Just to get it into the line somewhere.
And we spoke last time about the possibility of a giant man. So I saw an image of something.
Yeah, go ahead, Ryan.
Yeah, I was just telling the previous group, so I've never lied to you guys, so I feel like you know, trust me, that was just a weird thing that happened, and I even had no idea what it was.
Okay.
So it is by no way means a tease, intentional or unintentional, about a Hazlab, but I did have fun reading some of the comments about, oh, this is going to be a really huge giant man figure. It's like, okay, like, interesting, but that would be the first time I would have heard about it.
I love that you sit next to me and you're like, I've never lied to you. As if you're implying that I've been less than truthful with you wonderful gentlemen over the years.
We also saw some images of Deadpool in the X-Force packaging.
Yes, the other group didn't mention that either, but a French PR, officially announced it. So yeah, like I was gonna come in. We weren't sure when that PR announcement was gonna actually happen because it's happening, via the France marketing team. But yeah, that's a real item. It's just like the Gray Hulk. It's going to be available first at the European conventions at the end of October, but US will be available fan channel, so we'll get a chance at it here too.
It's
And
a red and bluish color.
Okay.
Metallic-y.
Yeah, a little more metallic.
And I don't think a picture of the back of the package has been officially released, but it's really fun. The team kind of recreated one of those trading cards with like the power rankings in that X-Men Series 1 format that I'm so obsessed with. So I kind of worked with them to get that on there, but it's really fun. It's the only X-Force villain black, card thus far. So great item.
And the Hulk is going to be an exclusive for London?
Both of them are going to be available at London, Barcelona, and Paris. And then both of them will be available in the US on November 4th at fan channel and online at like Hasbro and Pulse and those type of retailers.
And just one more time on the Fantastic Four, you said that's a wave, the full wave, right? So the
wave of 6.
Okay, so the 4 teammates, She-Hulk and Doom.
Correct.
Got it. And there's going to be a BAF though too?
Yeah, we'll have a BAF, yeah.
But you guys didn't announce it yet.
No,
Correct.
we're going to do that a little later on.
I like your shirt, by the way.
Thank you.
And I wanted to thank you for the Sentinel shirt.
Yes.
That was very kind.
I'm going to have them send you guys the black one too. What's new on Warpath?
Warpath is built on the Omega Red body. He has new shoulder pads, head, belt, the boot tassels, and the bracers might be new, or we've made so many of those stupid bracers for every different size body. I don't know why.
Any plans to maybe revisit the Wrecking Crew?
Oh, that'd be okay. On that. Is that big enough? Do you think?
Maybe for Wrecker, maybe, I don't know. I would have to compare it to the old Wrecker, but
I think they're definitely ones that should be worth another look and revisiting. If you consider how long ago those base bodies were made on, I think the Wrecking Crew could definitely use an update on them.
and not to mention that you guys brought them out through 3 different Build-A-Figure waves, I think it was.
Did
it was,
we?
It was
Over that
Rocket, it was Arnim Zola, and then the last figure was in
Ant-Man.
movie Ultron
Yeah.
Build-A-Figure. Yeah.
And I don't believe Pile Driver was accurate, right? He should have not had the gloves.
Yeah,
You had,
most
like-
people want it. I've seen people customize that figure and put bigger bare hands on them.
Okay.
So yeah, and I think that maybe Bulldozer could have been the biggest out of the 4 too.
Okay.
What's the base for the Sue head?
The face, I believe, is the same as the last Sue. She just has a new hair style that matches the thing, new shoes, and the new Force shield effect.
Oh, that looks good. Is that something you guys borrowed from Toy Biz? That sort of that mold?
No, it's new, but
brand new?
it was inspired by some of the stuff that we've seen in the past.
Yeah, this looks
We
good.
just had it. It just keys to her fingers, so it just plugs right onto the end of her hand, and then you can pop it off, and
It was actually in the San Diego diorama, but no one asked about it.
We like to hide things in the dioramas, you know.
You know, I took a picture of everything in there just for that reason.
What do you guys think of Thing's new head? It's got the more powerful brow and it's a little bit more, you know, a little bit more classic than the last one, which was a little bit more modern, I guess.
Yeah, all my friends who missed out on the Walmart one are.
The peg's going to be the same. You're going to be able to swap.
You can swap it, but we did a different deco technique.
The color
on this
is
one.
different. Okay.
We did a slightly different color, and we instead of doing the full body wash, we kind of did patches overspray to kind of give it the two-tone look.
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to do different effects to make them look a little bit different. You know, reminiscent of different art styles in the books over the years.
A lot of people were concerned about the sellout of the Hulk on Hasbro Pulse.
Yeah, that
so
went
are you guys
fast.
adjusting what you're doing with the European convention exclusives, for example, in terms of how many are going to be available? And
I can't speak, no, I don't know how many it's going to be. The Comic-Con items were only on Pulse After, right? These EU convention items, Great Hulk and Avengers Deadpool, will be shared fan channel. So you can go to multiple retailers. If Pulse sells out, you can go to someone else.
Haven't completed the 90s X-Men with some slots and workout here. Is completing that 90s X-Force on your radar?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we know who's left. It's Farrell, Richter, 90s Domino,
And Siren.
and Siren. Yeah.
Which means you're going to have to do that Banshee. What's the
I'll give you Siren, just no Banshee.
what's the schedule for Walgreens exclusives? What's left to drop?
What's left to drop for Walgreens?
I see Moonstar showing up now.
Yeah, that's,
Yep.
she's the last one for this year.
For this year, okay.
I don't think we've officially revealed any of the 2021s.
No.
Yeah.
We've got a few though for next year as well.
Yep.
So some fun stuff for
Yes.
2020. Some of them that you've never had, and then some of them that you haven't had for a long time. So I think there'll be some cool ones.
So there are plans to do like multiple Stanleys, hopefully, not just the one.
I don't know. Maybe we were. You know, a lot of people have been talking about like other creators and stuff too. You know, he's had. I don't even know how many cameos since you know the first. Was the first X movie was that his first cameo? Was that the kind of the first big?
Yeah,
Small
it's
Rats
all
Count, yeah.
rats.
So I mean, there's so many of them. You definitely could have some fun with it. You know, from his goofy ones when he was the mail carrier, or when he was in the spacesuit from Guardians 2. There's a lot of fun
Somebody
ones,
had asked
but
about that last time.
other people were asking about Ditko or Kirby. You know, could you do some of that kind of stuff? And I don't know. I guess we have to see if the demand's out there. But it would be really cool to. I mean,
There's no way that figure sells.
that one sits.
There's no way that sells.
We hope. I mean, we wanted to do.
It's okay. It's
So
just
that's
Sticky
based
Rats.
on his Avengers 1 cameo, but we also wanted one that could serve as like a real life Stanley the person, not just the cameo guy. And if we came out first with the Guardian spacesuit, it's like that's great for that movie, but he's not really what you would think of as just Stanley the person, and it's
Gotcha.
just being in kind of a civilian.
Yeah, now you've got someone that legitimately you can put in your MCU collection, or you can just use it as to pay respect to one of the great creators of of Marvel.
Any plans to do any more civilians? Because I could see people swapping his head and doing Cyclops and civilian gear with this, and a bunch of different people. So any more plans for just civilians or mild mannered?
Yeah, no, I think that'd be great. I think we just kind of have to. We joke around the office sometimes. We can't believe the amount of use we got out of the Coulson body. When we made it, we kind of had 2 or 3 things in mind. We're like, all right, we can get because. When you go to pitch something like that to your management team that's used to seeing superheroes, you're like, I'm gonna make a guy, and he's in a suit with a black top,
With no powers.
with no power, but we'll give him a big gun. What do you think? Are we in there? And they were like, is that tooling really going to pay for itself in time? And we're like, I think we had a couple ideas on what we could use it for at the time when we made it, but we've found. Probably 8 or different versions of that body, from classic superhero characters like Chameleon to multiple MCU versions. So I think but it's just you have to be careful to make sure that if it's a civilian that it's still compelling, that it'll do what it needs to do to make sure that it doesn't hurt the line.
So the shield with Stan is going to come signed like that?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep. That's actually his signature. Stan's team gave us that file so we could actually put his, a replication of his actual signature on the shield. We thought that was kind of a fun, just kind of tribute to him.
So what's left that's going to drop this year? Nothing here is coming out this year, right?
Fantastic Four might end up hitting shelves a little early because it's a January 1st, but it's not a movie. It's not a IP sensitive wave.
So we may see it around Christmas, maybe?
Yeah, a little bit. Same thing I think with Spider-Man Wave 1.
Okay.
So Spider-Man Wave 1, Dan at Unboxing Toy Con revealed the last 2 figures in that wave.
Right.
So the Build-A-Figure for that one is still a mystery, but those 6 figures comprise the whole wave.
Okay. Refresh my memory again.
So that's the 2 Gamerverse Spider-Man characters.
Velocity
Suit and
Armor Mark III.
Shang-Chi,
Vulture,
White Rabbit.
Wait, this is a dangerous game because I have too much stuff in my brain.
That's 5.
You're gonna get me to say the wrong thing.
What was the last one? There was one more.
Shang-Chi,
Must be a villain, right?
White Rabbit,
Superior Octopus.
Superior Octopus.
Okay.
Yep.
So I guess you guys will announce that BAF at London, maybe?
Yeah.
I think over the next month, right?
So there's in a week and a half there's 4 events that Hasbro will be at. So it's Paris, then London, then Luca, then Barcelona, or maybe I have the order swapped, but we have reveals on all 4 of those.
Wow, you guys getting your passports stamped, huh?
Stan is spring, X-Force is fall. He's got alternate hands as well. He has a fist for the alternate hand, and he has a trigger finger hand to hold his
Nice.
pistol.
So the holsters are working holster then?
Yep. I don't have the hand here to show you, but yeah, so he's got his little pistol.
Oh, and the cloak is a separate piece too?
Cloak is a separate piece, yep. And he's got the thrusters on the back.
Oh, wow.
That if you use the Iron Man repulsors with the star effect removed, they plug in there so he can have like his...
nice.
Picture that too. Yeah, go for it. And he comes with a alternate classic hood and head as well, to go along with the more modern version that we have here.
Wow. Oh, so initially Stan is going to be single carded as a Target exclusive, you said?
It's kind of confusing. So it's an exclusive pre-order window for him.
Okay.
So people who want to, get Stan today and not have to think about it, you can go to Target.com. But then, in a little while, you can pre-order him at other places, and he'll ultimately be at other places in the spring when he officially launches.
But the people that pre-order today, they'll be waiting to the spring as well, or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right.
So I asked the other groups, so I'll ask you guys too. What are we missing? What can we do better?
We have legs for Cannonball.
There you go. All right, fair enough.
I have friends who don't collect Marvel Legends. That's the first thing they said to me. Not a Cannonball.
The reuse of the same energy bracelets all the time.
More effects, new effects.
I mean, that fits though. Like there's no reason to not reuse those. That fits perfectly well. But just more
okay.
More accessories.
We've sculpted some that we don't have a home for yet. I'll let you guys wonder who they were intended to go for, because there's multiple places they could go, but we had created like a big epic lightning storm type stuff, and we're just trying to figure out how to fit it in a box. What's the cost? We're trying to cost it out to see, because we've been doing those just kind of as when we created those maybe 5 years ago, it was just kind of to give a little hint of the power effects, but so much of the money goes into the figures themselves. And actually, I really love these effects. These are some of my favorite ones that we've done. They work really well for lots of different things. But, and I think Sue's is actually pretty awesome as well. That being said, we kind of did them back in the day just as let's give you guys an example of the powers, because there wasn't to be perfectly frank with you, there wasn't the money to put like big, powerful effects into the $20 line when you already had a Build-A-Figure piece, and the amount of deco and the amount of articulation, the power effects just kind of became we were happy to do them because we thought they were important, and we did a few of them right away, but they were very simple because of the nature of the costing of things. In the current structure with Build-A-Figure, it's really tough to do something impressive, but I hear what you're saying, and we'll look at trying to figure out ways. We have one that we sculpt. We don't have a home for it yet, but it was like the atomic symbol kind of like you see from characters like Quasar and Captain Marvel and some of the classic like cosmic characters. They kind of have those, you know, atom power signatures. So we're trying to come up with some more unique ones. It's just trying to find ones that have multiple homes so we can use them more than once. And is there a way to do more premium ones, and how can we get those out for you guys as well? Because, like I said, we have this lightning storm that's probably like this right now, and we're just trying to figure out. You know, we've seen other companies do things similar to that. We'd like to be able to give you guys, you know, the official Marvel Legends versions of what we, you know, the ultimate versions as well. We just haven't quite figured out how to bring those to you, but we are exploring and trying to plus up that game as well.
They just add a new dynamic when you're taking photos, when you have better accessories. You know what I mean? It just makes the figure pop better.
Sure. No, I understand and I agree with you 100%.
Any plans to finish up Superior Foes to give us that overdrive? You guys had that custom in the.
Doing this custom?
Yeah.
I'd like to. He's just a tough one because he's so
Random,
yes.
like D-list too.
Yeah. We the head was real. The head that you saw was sculpted. That was what we wanted to do. We actually think we had hoped to just throw it in with one of the other figures just as an accessory that you could go out and find a Star-Lord body and paint it, or a Ghost Rider and just kind of snap it on. But no plans for an official home for him, but we're trying to figure out a way to get you guys some of those. I mean, we do give you guys a few of those every once in a while. You know, there's like, what the, you know, who is that guy? Because that's part of the fun. And you know, there's so many crazy characters over the 80 plus years now of Marvel that, you know, everybody deserves a version in plastic. You just have to find the right time and place to do them all. A character like Multiple Man is a perfect one to redo for multiple different versions. I've wanted to do him in the yellow orbs, the 6 orbs. That's the costume I wanted. I was outvoted on the team.
That was a great run in the books when he was in that outfit.
Yeah.
The more modern look we're talking about, right?
Yeah. Tony really loved that version because he liked the 90s X Factor team.
We could do it without the jacket too, right? That's still from the 90s.
Ryan's been trying to make me make a Gambit without a jacket for a long time.
Yeah, I get made fun of every meeting for that now, but I still want it.
Yeah, another Gambit would be cool. I've seen people swapping out the arms and using Scourge arms and different things and repainting them.
Hellfire Club, we've only really ever done, I think the Black Queen is the only one that we've like kind of officially that we did, and that was back in 2007. So that could be really, you know, that's, you know, would be a much needed improvement. And the Reavers now, we've got a few of them, right? We've got the Malcolm, or is it Malcolm or is it Reese? Whatever. It's one of the alternate heads in Skullbuster. But we still need Lady Deathstrike, Donald Pierce, Bone Crusher. All of those things would be really cool to do.
When you guys had included that Emma Frost, I guess it's kind of like a White Queen head.
Yeah, that's what we threw that in there because we weren't sure if we were going to have an opportunity to do those characters, and we thought that, you know, the fans would have fun with it because it looks so good to put even on the black costume. Yep. It looks great, so it's kind of a fun little one.
Even if you pop it on that old the old one, and surely makes it look better.
Does it? Cool.
The one that I think it was in the Puck Build-A-Figure wave, was it?
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that head looks good on there too. Any plans to do like a vintage wave Spider-Man?
Ryan is a huge fan of that series, and as he said, we've done 2 of them so far.
Yeah, I'm just a big toy fan from in the 90s, so we've done 2 toy lines thus far, 2 Marvel superheroes style waves, and X-Men this year. So Spider-Man, Iron Man, Fantastic Four, there's other toy lines out there that they did, so I think we will continue to look to do those. Have you guys liked the retro cards thus far?
Maybe, I mean, not only retro, I might be asking for a lot, but also like a superposable sort of Spider-Man, like sort of how you guys did in the Spider-Man Classics line back in the days, just to switch it up a little bit. I know it's a lot of people that still didn't get a pizza Spidey, and that's pretty much the definitive Spidey right now for Legends, but something better, something more posable.
Okay.
Rival Mafex.
Okay. No, that's totally legit. Who would you want to see in your Spider Retro Wave?
That's a good question. Aunt May?
Aunt May? All right. That is not what I expected to be your first suggestion. Which Aunt May you want? Yeah, you want.
Well,
Tobey Maguire universe. Do you want?
we got to get an old Aunt May,
want,
but Tomei would be very nice as well.
Maybe for Spider-Man 3, right?
Yeah. So maybe we'll get you a Spider-Man 3 Aunt May. I had pitched a concept to Jesse, and Jesse said, "Go away."
You know what?
I said, "Let's do it." I said, "Let's do a Marissa Tomei Happy Hogan 2-pack," and he's like, "Go away," and I'm like, "Oh."
He said no.
I'd be down for a happy figure for sure.
Any plans for a hyper reel?
Hit the boards hard. Hashtag Jesse Falcon. Don't do that.
You know what? You know who you could put in a vintage Spider-Man wave? Another Iceman and Firestar, and we could have the
Oh, the Amazing Friends.
yeah.
Good idea.
Any plans for
no,
a hyper reel body?
Currently not, but
That would be
you
great.
know, we'll see. Do you like Vader?
Oh, Vader.
The new one they revealed?
We did a photo shoot for Vader.
I haven't messed
Who
around
would
with
you
the
think
Vader,
makes
but
sense for?
That's a
the first
good
Marvel?
question. Hulk. I would say Hulk.
So really,
Hyper
really
Real.
big. Okay.
Well, the cool thing about a Hyper Real Hulk is you could, in theory, that could be in scale with Legends.
true.
Or
Because
maybe a
I mean-
Magneto. I don't know. Magneto fits that pretty good.
Just a real quick punch in here. I'm about to wrap this up shortly. I had a little bit of footage or audio from my phone because the camera had just conked out because it was going for so long recording. But I had to cut out a huge chunk of this because the toy art guy I just went on a whole rant about the hyper real Darth Vader. Like, hey, that has nothing to do with Marvel Legends. But yeah, so I cut that out, and I had to do a lot to get this video back up. I had lost everything that I did over 2 days, and I had to start totally from scratch. But I got it up, not really in the form that I wanted to. I lost a lot of my little overlays and things that I wanted to add in, but all of the little details I took notes about. We'll be talking about this stuff in detail on the podcast, so stay tuned for that. We should be live Sunday.
You know, we came up with the photo reel process for Marvel back at Guardians 2 time. We've got some new technologies that are in the works right now that hopefully they turn out like we envision them to, and then we'll hopefully have some really awesome brand new things to show you guys this time next year.
Any chance for a Hazlab?
Yeah, I think there's always a chance.
No, but is anything in the works?
I think all the brands are looking at Hazlab, but we're really excited about the potential, the crowdfund potential. So no announcements
Unicron.
currently, but yeah, let's get Unicron
I heard
shipped first.
7,000 now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about
There's
Riders?
What was the initial,
Riders reveal for this show, but do you have more Riders in the works?
A couple more.
Yep.
Yeah, we think we're kind of running to the end of that. As it currently stands, Marvel's $40-ish price point vehicles, there's not very many. So, I mean, we've kind of done a lot already.
About branching away from vehicles and
Yeah, but we might, but we like the idea of having more deluxe price points. So I think, if vehicles,
maybe one day.
yeah, maybe. So like if the vehicles as they are,
Everyone
change
wants
to
a
something
lockjaw.
else, maybe we get a
Crystal.
lockjaw and crystal. Maybe you get, I don't know, a MODOK who's roughly the size of a shoebox. Things that are like that.
What was the goal for that Unicron Kickstarter?
It's 8,000.
They needed 8,000 backers
Yeah, and they're a little over 7,000 now.
right now. How long was it up?
Sorry.
And how long was it?
They got a few
live?
more days to go.
Yeah, I think it's like
3 days
four
left.
days.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm asking because I would assume you guys are looking at that data to see.
Oh,
you know,
definitely.
Yeah.
what might pop for
Sail barge and
Marvel.
then this and yeah, so everything kind of informs our plans for the future.
But
Start some threads. Let us see what you guys are looking for. What you
No.
guys would like to see.
I'm telling you, my ears to the streets. Everybody wants you guys to do something for Hazlab for sure. Whatever that might be, they're gonna
If
eat
and
it up.
when we do, we want it just to be, runaway success from the start. So we would need your support
The
to
pinnacle,
make that
the
happen.
ultimate Marvel legend.
This
You will
might
have
be
my
A
support.
36-inch Spider-Man with 200 points of articulation.
I
No,
think you.
$500.
It's gotta be a vehicle or something
The Living Tribunal,
or something big like that.
Master Mold.
Eternity,
Ego.
Ego, a giant inflatable
Just a
ego.
eyeball.
Listen, the Giant Man actually makes sense too. I don't know if that was a mistake or what, but that would make sense though. Still, it would be super detailed, huge. But my number one is a Quinjet or X-Jet though.
Okay.
6-inch scale.
All right.
7 feet long. I did the math on the
Yeah, we
Blackbird.
did. We did do the
So-
math.
I think I'd rather have a more detailed Sentinel.
Or even a huge Sentinel. That'd be cool too. If it was in scale with Legends, people would go for that. I think.
Buy a ton of them.
Yeah.
Electronics and stuff.
Celestial is coming out.
We on that special blend, incredible sin. No heavy metal instrumental, here's an elegant
That's
10.
first.
Illuminati's pyramid, we exhume the Mati. Zumugabi in the lobby, squeezing on your hottie. Sneaking shotties in my jacket, leather beef and broccolis. Bad weather, mashing tep and never speaking properly.